But eventually, when the dust settles and the smoke clears, there's a lot of goodness that comes out of getting cheated on. People just don't look at it that way. You get humbled. I think it's the ultimate solution. The ultimate solution for getting cheated on is never do it to someone else.
Peter.
All right, ladies and gents, we're only in the first few weeks of January, and the stories that are coming in here are intense. Today, I received an email. Guy nearly cheats on his soon-to-be wife. He emailed me this morning. We're going to talk about cheating today and the psychology of cheating. Why people cheat, who cheats more. We're going to go through some articles as well about, but let me give you the story here first. So the guy emails me this morning and he says that he was out over Christmas time. The wedding is in 3 months. I think he said 3 months, either 2 or 3, but doesn't matter. And he's getting nervous. He's starting to shit in his pants and he nearly cheated on his girl. He is 34 years of age. He's been living with her, I don't know how long, but presume he's been living with her for quite some time. They don't have any kids. So at least that anyway. Jesus. But I'm feeling this guy could be going on a very slippy slope here. A very, very slippy fucking slope. This is not sounding good. And I want to know, like, if he's getting the jitters, has he cheated before? Is this his first time? I just don't see where it would come out of nowhere. I don't see where a guy that has never cheated on his girl, all of a sudden, because he's getting nervous, now he's going to cheat. Do you know what I mean? Now, Christ, I could be insanely wrong on that one. But there'd be a bit of a pattern here, surely, right? I mean, surely this shit, once a cheater, always a cheater. I don't believe in that, but I do believe that if you're gonna cheat, and if you've done it before, well, there's a good chance you could do it again. You know what I mean? As in, my real point here is that because he's getting the jitters, I don't think people get nervous and, oh, I'm gonna go cheat. Like, come on, give me a fucking break. Give me a break. So again, look, we don't have the whole story. I hope he's never cheated on her. Please God. I hope she's never cheated on him. Please God. And I hope who knows? Maybe he was just having a bit of a drunken moment, but still no excuse. No, he didn't do anything either. So, you know, where do you draw the line? I mean, obviously if the missus found out that he's there fucking flirting with some girl and he nearly goes for it, well then, that ain't gonna be nice to hear either, is it? Absolutely fucking not. Jesus Christ. So, you know, we're gonna go through the psychology of it, why people cheat. Now, by the way, guys, you're speaking to a good guy here in terms of experience-wise with this stuff. When I was way younger, I used to cheat. Didn't give a fuck. In fact, I was looking for the next girl to cheat on. Couldn't get enough of it. Now, those days are well behind me, and I don't believe in that once a cheater, always a cheater. And I hope this does make people feel better because, number one, I'm admitting, well, I've admitted this on other podcasts that I've done in the past, but I am admitting it here. I'm not hiding anything, and I'll never cheat again because it all came tumbling down on top of me. All the fun and games are all gone once you feel that guilt and you have a moment of reflection, looking yourself in the mirror going, who the fuck am I? What the fuck am I doing? Why am I in this relationship? And why am I doing this to the girl that I'm with? This is ridiculous. In fact, if anything, guys, it's pathetic. And that's what I said to myself back in the day. Now, it was one of the greatest things that ever happened to me because this is going back now 15, 20 years ago, okay? We're going back a long fucking time here. Probably 15 years ago. And I said I will never, ever do it again. And I never have, and I never will. It's horrendous. It's awful. But I do know what the psychology, or at least what's going through the mind of when you want to cheat. It's not like no one wants to cheat, but it ends up happening. If you cheat, it's because you fucking want to cheat. Let's cut the bullshit here, okay? Your dick just doesn't slip into a woman here, all right? I'm not going to try and get too graphic here, guys, to you, but look, let's just call it what it is. You cheat because you fucking want to cheat. There's no excuse in the world. Grow up, admit that you want to cheat, and you're not happy with whoever you are with. So, for this guy, can it work? Well, hard to know, right? Hard to know. I just hope he hasn't cheated before now. I've brought up a couple of articles here, guys, and I want to go through them here with you today, right? And there's two of them here. Number one, how common is cheating and infidelity really? All right, so this is an interesting, maybe we'll get something from this, you know? Because I'm quite interested in this actually as well. So they're saying, okay, how common is cheating in relationships? So a research article suggests that finding accurate statistics on infidelity may be problematic for several reasons. Well, yeah, because people keep it a fucking secret, you know? Now they're saying, not everyone defines cheating in the same way. Does flirting count? What about virtual affairs? Well, you couldn't say now flirting is cheating, could you? Come on. How could you say flirting is? Now, of course, it's not a nice fucking experience. If I had a girlfriend who was flirting her ass off, I would be very pissed off because what it does, and any girls out there, if you want to know what a man's thinking, I'm sure we're all the same here, both men and women. You don't feel like you're the best. You don't feel like you're the number one out there if they're flirting with someone else. Or, of course, cheating, right? So, it ain't good. Now, they say here, they did a poll and 400 people reported. A little over 46 of respondents in a monogamous relationship said they had affairs. 46? Nearly 24% of marriages affected by infidelity. Jesus fuck. 47.5% of relationships affected by cheating said they establish and enforce new relationship rules, such as sharing phone passwords to minimize the likelihood of more affairs. Oh, yeah, well, that's really going to gain you trust with your husband or wife, huh? Really? That's going to be your secret sauce to getting over your husband or wife cheating on you? Are you fucking kidding me? Now you're going to be, actually, well, honey, you know what? Okay, you cheated on me, but it's okay. I trust you. But you know what? I just want your passwords for everything so I can keep an eye on everything. Shut the fuck up. Get the fuck. Guys, seriously, that's horrendous. You can't solve your cheating trust issues with the other person by that. Like, I get where some people will go with this because it's incredibly hurtful. You don't want to believe they're ever going to do it again. But you're fucked either way here. If somebody cheats on you, can you really get over it? Really? And you think this is the fucking problem? This is the secret sauce to solving all your problems? Having your passwords? I mean, what are you going to be doing? Sitting there at 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock? If let's say your husband has cheated on you, and all of a sudden he's out on a night out, and it's coming up to 2 o'clock in the morning. He should be home by now. Or is he getting a cab? What's he doing? And yet, you know what? I'm going to check out what he's up to here. Let me check out his emails or his fucking WhatsApp or his goddamn what. Or because I've got all his passwords. Oh yeah, gee, that's really going to start making you feel better, isn't it? It's going to give you a peace of mind that he mightn't be doing it right here, right now. But it ain't reducing the problem here. You're not getting to the root of the problem. Jesus. Okay, they say what actually is an affair? Infidelity is sexual or emotional activity. Emotional activity? Okay, well, let's keep going here. Emotional activity outside agreed upon relationship boundaries. An affair can be a sexual activity, but isn't necessarily. Sometimes it's hugging and kissing. Sometimes it's not even that. Could you consider a hug cheating? Come on here. Like, okay, what are you doing hugging someone else anyway? You know what I mean? Like, and how long is the hug lasting for? Of course, you don't want to see your partner absolutely fucking having their hands or arms hugging someone else. Absolutely not. Kissing? Yes, you'd consider that cheating, right? Of course you would. Kissing is fucking cheating. Simple as that. Simple as that. So according to so-and-so, a couples therapist licensed in Virginia, affairs can include a one-night stand, compulsive sexual behavior, emotional infidelity, strongly desiring a particular someone else. Well, I wouldn't even say that now. Come on. What about your favorite Hollywood A-lister that you're let's say playing with yourself at nighttime even though your husband or your wife is in bed with you? That's not fucking cheating. That's just a sexual desire fantasy. Of course you don't want to think that your partner's having these things, but you can't consider that fucking cheating, man. Jesus. This is a bit, this article now, this is a bit much, I think, personally. And hey, if there's people that disagree with me out there, that's okay. Strongly desiring a particular someone else, desiring your existing mate and someone else. So you're desiring your existing boyfriend or girlfriend, husband or wife, but at the same time you want someone else. And online flirtation or sexting. Okay, well, I think, guys, we know that there's been so many people that are married now on fucking Tinders or Bumbles at the moment, and they're actually being so open about it. It's insane. I mean, the stats are going up here for married, invested people already. Alright, here they say, why do people cheat? In a study in 2021, used machine learning algorithms to find factors predicting infidelity. Okay, this person can't fucking speak English properly. Some top predictors in cheating were online cheating. Alright, well, we definitely know there's that going on here. The online cheating, interest in trying specific sexual activities near achieved with their partner, anal sex. What, that's going up? Another one, longer relationship length, solitary desire, personal sexual desire. Then there's in-person cheating, low relationship satisfaction, low romantic love, solitary desire, personal sexual desire. Alright. Then they say, sometimes people cheat for revenge or attention. Well, that's the last thing you should be fucking doing, trying to get revenge on your partner that's cheated on you. Do you know how fucked up that is? Number one, now you're as bad. Now you're not the victim anymore, even though I hope people try not to play the victim, but at least you're not the good guy now anymore, or good girl. Okay? The other person was the asshole. Now you're just right there with them in the boat. You are it. I don't give a damn what anybody says. Your partner goes off and cheats on you. They're the asshole. You go off and cheat on them for revenge. You can justify it all you want in your head, but now you're an asshole as well. Or, at the very least, you've nothing to say. You've now gone off and done it yourself. You have nothing to come back on. You can't go, yeah, well, do you know what? John, fuck you. I'm going to cheat on. I just cheated on you because, well, hey, you know what? Fuck you. I'm doing it now, so, yeah, it's all your fault. No, you can't get away with that. You can't get away with that. Then the next heading, how likely is someone to get away with it? Ooh. Of the participants reporting infidelity to certain testing centers, about 22% never communicated the relationship to their partners. Still, an affair can be discovered. In the 50s, this involved searching coat pockets for romantic restaurant matchboxes or receipts for gifts. Today, phones can be the treasure trove of easy access and sometimes graphic information. Another way people get caught is by contracting an STI. Oh, Christ. 53% of those who got a sexually transmitted infection by cheating communicated their infidelity. Holy fuck. Can you imagine having that scenario? Jesus. Okay, I just want to go through that again. So they're saying 22% of people have never actually talked about it, who've cheated. Well, I would say it's a hell of a lot more than 22% that have cheated, because these are people who don't want to admit that they've cheated in the first place to anybody, including this survey here. You know? How many people have asked, hello there, Peter, can we have a chat to you about cheating, and have you ever done it? I'm not going to tell a fucking random stranger, even though I've just told the whole... Actually, hang on, what am I talking about? I'm full of shit. You're like, if I didn't do the podcast, I don't think I'd be going around telling people that I did cheat in my past. I don't think I would have. Not a hope in hell. So, maybe I'm full of shit because I got the podcast, but still, you know where I'm going with this here, guys and girls. Why would people go around admitting it to random fucking strangers? I mean, Jesus. So they're saying an affair can be discovered. In the 50s, involving searching coat pockets for romantic restaurant matchboxes or receipts for gifts. Like, guys, what is the problem of being alone? And I know there's that issue of, oh, you don't want to be alone, you had somebody, you're going to be all alone now. This is where we need to do some self-awareness and soul searching of what's wrong with my life? Why am I so miserable alone? Why am I so miserable? Now, I will say this to you. There's a lot of good things that can come out of being cheated on. Now, by the way, I had an ex-girlfriend who was cheating on me all the fucking time. Okay, so karma came back in my ass, and deservedly so. Really deservedly so. You know what it does? If you get cheated on, number one, it humbles you. Number two, you really need to realize that you need to feel like number one in the relationship. You can't be settling for them going off and fucking this person, fucking that person. You know what I mean? And more importantly, if you want love, give love. If you want love, give love. If you want respect, give respect. I know I've said this so many times in my podcast, but it's so true. It's so true. If you get cheated on, the last thing you do is you go out and cheat on somebody else. Because that gets you over cheating. That gets you, that's your cure of getting cheated on. And I'm telling you guys, the greatest cure is to not fall into that trap of, oh, I'm going to do it now. There's so much goodness that can come out of getting cheated on, and I know that probably sounds fucking ridiculous, but it certainly humbled me. Brought me right back down to fucking planet Earth. Well, not that I was away with the birds, but still, it was a good thing. There can be some great positives out of it. And it allows you, it gives you the chance to look inside yourself. Maybe that sounds corny, but it's fucking true. We need to find out, can we discover life? Can we go through life on our own? I mean, really, do you really want to be in a scenario where your husband or wife, boyfriend or girlfriend has cheated on you, and then you go off and you're looking through their fucking passwords, you're looking through their fucking phone, and you know what's going to happen there as well? You start doing that. Like, let's say now, example, we'll just throw out an example. I've got a wife, Peter cheats on her tomorrow, right? Now she's all paranoid, she's freaking out, and then all of a sudden, she wants to see my passwords. Like, in a way, I actually understand why she wants to see my stuff. It's not the answer to the problem though, but I can see where she's coming from this with, right? I really can. Because you want to know, hey, what the fuck? Now, number one, she shouldn't be with me in the first place. She should dump my ass instantly. Okay? Instantly. And you know what? If I decided to stay with her and she decided to stay with me, and she's keeping an eye on all my passwords, all my fucking what this and fucking that. Do you really think, like, imagine yourself in that scenario, right? She's checking in on Peter. She's gonna, first of all, she's not gonna love me anymore. She's gonna start resenting the fuck out of herself, number one, for checking in on Peter every 5 minutes. And she's gonna have that deep fucking voice in the back of her head just gnawing away at her. We'll call her Mary. Mary, you fucking idiot, you fucking idiot, you fucking idiot, you fucking idiot. And it's gonna kill you. And then what happens? If it really gets to her, that voice, guess what she's gonna do? Mary's gonna go off and start getting stressed. She's gonna maybe even bully Peter or put him down every 5 minutes. Well, she's not gonna feel happy about that either now. Now she's just spiraling out of control. Same thing for a guy. Then Peter's on the receiving end. Guess what? Now I despise my wife or girlfriend because she's checking up on me every 10 minutes. I would understand it for the first 6 months, and you'd always kind of understand it. Well, look, I did cheat, but it ain't gonna make me love my wife any more than I should have, even though I clearly didn't love her if I'm cheating on her. Now I'm going to despise her, right? Because I've got the Gestapo on my ass here following every move I make. There is no winning from this. There is no winning from someone cheating on another person. There's nothing. Now, I've been lucky enough where I've got cheated on. Now, I wasn't a lucky guy when I was cheating on my exes way back, but I've been on both sides here. I've experienced both. And there is zero, let's call it, profit that you get out of cheating or getting cheated on. You're fucked either way. Do you have kids? Is it better to stay with your partner because you got kids? I don't think so. Now, look, do you have some financial shit? All right. Hey, I'm certainly not going to try and tell people, no, you shouldn't be anyway and get rid of them. No. But I think a lot of people, and by the way, I'm not saying it on everybody, guys. I do think a lot of people use that excuse. Oh, well, look, I can't afford to move out and this or that and whatever, so we're just going to stay with each other with the kids. Are you sure? Are you really sure that's the problem here? Maybe you're lying to yourself. Maybe you're lying to yourself. And listen, by the way, I've lied to myself. I probably still do these days every now and then as well, and I hope I don't do it as much as I'd be paranoid to think I would be, but I always try and be self-aware. We can all try and convince ourselves of certain scenarios. Now, let's just go through this, right? They're saying here, why men cheat. Now, there's one for why women cheat, so let's start with the men. While gender doesn't determine whether or not someone will cheat, this person notes that men and women typically engage in infidelity for different reasons. For men, it's often due to a physical drive, whether that's a lack of physical affection at home, an attraction to someone else, or stressors that make them seek an escape. Okay, coming from a man who did cheat, well, number one, yes, we can be attracted to another woman and that woman makes us horny. Like, it's really simple. Like, there's no other psychological effect on that one. We could be incredibly attracted to some other woman and just like, oh my God, look at her. And we're like, fuck it. Now, if you're in love with your partner, you're not going to do it. Of course, you might see a girl and go, oh, jeez, she's unbelievable. And have your 2 minutes of, oh, good God. But you'd never go near her, because you're too wrapped up in your own girl. So they say here, men seem to minimize their behaviors and justify what they're doing as not cheating. No, that's total bollocks. That is complete horseshit, by the way. We know that we're cheating. We don't minimize it and water it down. So they're saying, okay, men seem to minimize their behaviors and justify what they're doing as not cheating, like going to a strip club and getting a lap dance, watching pornography and masturbating, or claiming that flirting, talking inappropriately to another person is not cheating or harmful to their spouse or partner. Hang on a second now. Okay, let's keep going. Not all men cheat, but some, maybe most, of those who do have a belief that men need more than one person to have sex with to be satisfied sexually. So are we saying here now, all right, you see, this is where this shit gets out of hand here, guys. A man watching porn is not fucking cheating, okay? Seriously now, let's cut the bullshit here now, okay? Men will watch porn. I'm sorry, ladies, but we fucking do. Okay? You put that down to cheating. You know what? You really gotta be self-aware and check out yourself here on this one. You really think porn is cheating? I'm not saying all women think this. No, I'm not saying that. But I'm saying if there is women out there that do think this, no, ladies, I will tell you now, it is not. It's just a stress reliever. Yeah, we'll turn on. I mean, I'll put it this way to you, ladies, right? This is a good way of looking at porn. Most of us men would never, ever marry a stripper or a hooker in our lives. Okay? We would never do it. So, it's not that we're even into the woman. Like, we're clearly not that into the woman, because if we're watching the girl on porn, it's just for a pleasure sex thing, right? that we want to just have a bit of alone time, but we're not into the girl either. So what does that tell you? It's just about the physical act of sex. Okay? So we'll even watch a woman get it on with a guy or a girl, whatever it is, in porn, and we're not even into the person that much, but we'll still watch it. So we just have that drive. You know? No, watching porn. Give me a fucking break. That's way too far now, guys. Okay, why women cheat. According to this person, while men typically cheat for physical reasons, women usually begin affairs due to an emotional deficiency at home or after discovering a connection with someone new. It isn't always so much about sex, this person explains. There's typically something missing in their marriage, mostly attention and affection. Now, I would even say that for guys here too. You know, if you've got a wife at home and she's, you know, this unbelievable flirt, or she's bullying you, right? And, you know, she makes you feel like a piece of shit, which, listen, let's be honest, there's men and women out there that do this to their partner. And you make them feel like they're just shit on your shoe, right? A man could definitely go with that emotional attachment of, oh, I need somebody. So I actually do agree with that there. Now, it's not all physical for a man. If you're getting the shit bullied out of you at home by your wife or husband, we'll talk about the man now in this one, right? If a man's getting the shit bullied out of him, or the woman's flirting with everybody she sees, making him feel like he's worthless, a man would definitely be more inclined to go cheat. Not every guy, but a man would be more inclined to cheat then. I actually do think men and women here are on the same wavelength on that one. So, they say here, for many women, cheating starts as an emotional connection that can eventually develop into a physical one. This person emphasizes the fact that an emotional affair can be just as, if not even more so, damaging to a relationship. Quote, once a man finds out his partner, no matter the gender, cheated, it's usually too late to turn it around for him. I've heard men say, yeah, I cheated, but I didn't fall in love. Well, that's no excuse here now. They broke me and destroyed what we had together. Again, what counts as cheating, emotional or physical, all comes down to the boundaries the couple has set. We've been through quite a bit here now in this one, haven't we today, guys? You know, we're gonna close it off here. But look, guys, can I just say here, and I'm gonna leave with this. This is coming from a man who has cheated and has been cheated on. I've seen both sides of the coin here. I've experienced both sides of the coin here. And I cheated, didn't give a fuck. That's 15 years ago. We'll never, ever do it again. Because I fucking grew up. I grew up, acted my age, and get on with it. Number 2. When I got cheated on. Great karma, absolutely brilliant, and it's humbling. Everybody thinks getting cheated on is the end of the world, and of course I know. I was very hurt over it. I mean, extremely hurt, and of course it is. But eventually, when the dust settles and the smoke clears, there's a lot of goodness that comes out of getting cheated on. People just don't look at it that way. You get humbled. I think it's the ultimate solution. The ultimate solution for getting cheated on is never do it to someone else. Because now you're developing trust in yourself. You now know that you can actually go into a relationship, not cheat on someone. That gives you confidence knowing that the person that you're in a relationship actually could be the exact same. A lot of people who cheat get paranoid, and they project their guilt onto someone else because, hey, I've just cheated on my husband or wife here. What the fuck? They could easily do it to me as well. That's where a lot of paranoia and fear comes from. Unless, of course, now you've been cheated on extremely bad, and that's very understandable when you're in a new relationship. The ultimate way of getting over getting cheated on is never, ever do it to the next person that comes along. You haven't turned into the bad person. You won't resent yourself. You actually have the strength not to do it to someone else. Does anyone know how fucking good that feels? You know, I hope people that are listening out here, I hope you know that you feel the same about me on this one. And I only learned this from experience, guys. Do you know what I mean? So, like, I'm not some fucking genius here. I'm not trying to say, oh, look how smart I am. No, I just learned it along the way myself. From bad mistakes I made. The solution to getting cheated on is don't do it to the next person. Alright, guys. Thanks for listening. I'll be back.
Peter.
Walsh.